A very good evening to you on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I panicked for a minute because I couldn't find the button for the live disappeared. I don't know what's happening with this technology, but I'm here and hopefully you can see me and you can find me. Actually, I'm just going to pull up in a window that and then mute it and just see just in case. There's not I am not on myself here. How have you been? Do let me know what you've been up to, what you've been doing, what you've been working on. I would really, be alive. That's good. So tonight, I haven't really had anything in particular in mind. So good evening, Jenny. So I was just hoping, like, we kind of you tell me. I got some questions. You tell me sort of what technique to play with, what color of beads to use, and sort of make it a bit more of a everybody can put some input in. So first of all, what beads shall we play with? That will be the first question. So please put in the chat, what beads shall we play with it tonight? So we could have pearls, we could have crystals, we could have all sorts, gemstones, whatever you fancy, we are going to be playing with. So I'm just going to say hello until you put that in, and then we will decide on a color together and we'll decide on a technique. I'm assuming that we're going to be end up using seed beads anyway. So yeah, and then we can decide if we make design a necklace or design a bracelet or perhaps earrings together. So do let me know. So good evening, pause 271. I'm pause 277. That sounds like you are either cat or dog. You either got cats or dogs. Do let me know. Good evening, Tracy, Lucy. Good evening, Michelle. Good evening, Zaps, Mrs. Hello from the train. Whereabouts are you on the train? Let us know. I love to see a fancy woman necklace. Okay, so fancy woman necklace. Fancy woman necklace, what can we make? So if we want a fancy one, perhaps we could, I'm going to take this jumper off. I popped this jumper not that long ago because I was a little bit sort of cold, but it's quite, I was sitting outside, but it's quite nice and warm in this room. So fancy necklace. So we could fit fancy necklace. We could do we could use cabochons, we could use rivolis, we could use sort of a string of rivolis, we could use maybe a larger, you know what, like we done hugs and kisses before and we done that pattern like quite a few times, but we never really done like hugs and kisses in terms of in a necklace version. I don't think so, because I think that would be quite good. It's just like adding different size beads to the top and different size beads on the bottom. That would be nice to kind of have a play with. That would be a good one to do, or some sort of it in that. So we'll have maybe a 12 or 14 mil pearl 12 or 14 mil pearl, and then we could add some crystals and bits of pieces around it. That could be good. Jenny's saying, I've been working on the Diane bracelet and now working on the Super Duo chevron bracelet. Oh, bless you. If you can, send me a picture and then I can bring it in and show it to everybody else. I'm just going to bring that window up as well. Can we use super duos? Yeah, we could include super duos in as well. Ooh, how we could like do all sorts of different things, include the super duos in a hugs and kisses necklace. I like crystals and pearls, bicons and pearls. On my way to Leon from Fenchurch Street. Oh, bless you. How are the trains? Like, you know, I haven't really been traveling on the train for about 20 years, like going to work and coming back from work. So are the trains still really busy? Like, is there times where you can't sit down? Hello, just popping in. Good, nice to see you here, Rachel. Before my Zoom meeting. Diamond duos. Yeah, we could do those as well. Right, okay, so shall we go with that? So we're gonna have some larger pearls and some smaller crystals. So I'm just gonna grab the pearls and what color? That's gonna be my next question. What color are we gonna go for? Right, okay, so pearls coming up. Yeah. crystals there. So, largest size pearl. Let's see what have we got. I got quite a few colours. So, you can take your pick. So this is, these are the largest pearls we have. I'm going to turn you down so you can see. There we go. So we got all sorts of different colors. So this, we're going to have to decide on the color of this first. So then we know what colors we're picking with, pick with it. Okay, so we got lilac, we got red, we got pink, we got blue and gold. How about pink? Trust you, Lucy, love pink. So, okay, so pink, we got a couple of different pink, or 3 different pinks here. That's the lilac-y one. And then there's a purple. So we got 3 different pinks. I think it would be quite nice if we use, so I'm just going to pop these back in the bag, otherwise I'm going to fill up this table so quickly. This is, I couldn't help myself. Lucy loves pink. She's our pink. I love pink too as well. So I think it would be quite nice to have something darker like that. And just get rid of the little bits from the. So we had something like that, and then it wouldn't be this is a nice pink as well. Actually, I do use that one quite a lot. But anyhow, so we'd have something like that. Let me just cut that strand, and then we design something around it. So if you want to go in a fashion of hugs and kisses, which is a variation of right angle weave, we're gonna have these sort of on them. I presume about that much apart. Just like that. So I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you want uneven numbers. So we want to have like a defined middle for it. And there we go. It's going to be more, it's not really going to be a V shape. It's going to be more of a slanted curve shape. And then we could just have smaller pearls going to the back, and I think that would look really good. So to achieve this, what we have to do, I'm just gonna use my scissors here. What we're gonna have to do is to have less beads at the top and more beads at the bottom. So we create a natural curve. Now there's 2 ways we can do this. We could either add more seed beads at the bottom and less seed beads at the top, or we could use, for example, a 6mm bead at the top and maybe an 8mm bead or 10mm bead at the bottom. I think either one of those are kind of sort of valid options. And then if we have, so let me just grab, I'm just grabbing the 6mm. I'm gonna grab the whole tray out. I'm gonna find a color. So if you go for that pink, maybe that's too softer pink. That might be too soft. That's very pale. That I think might be the same thing. I will have a look. I probably will be grabbing all the trays out tonight. All the trays will be coming out. Right, okay. Pop up here. I can just that back. So if we have a 6mm at the top, we could use the same color as that. That would look good as well. And if I grab an 8mm, the 8mm tray is even fuller. Will I be able to, is this the color? Yes. I don't know if 8mm will be big enough. Let me grab a 10mm as well while I'm here. So, no, that's, actually that would look quite nice as well. If those 2 were different colors, if they were darker or lighter, I think that would make a nice change as well. So if we have those at the top, and I think 10mm at the bottom, we will try it with the 10mm and we'll try it with the 8mm as well, because I don't know which one is gonna give us. So if we use the 10mm, it's gonna give us a smaller curve. If we use the 8mm, then 10mm is gonna give us a bigger curve, and 8mm is gonna give us a smaller curve. I can't put the tray back now. Just grabbing the same color as 8mm as well, but I can't see. Yes, I have. Is that the same? Yes. So we'll try both of them. I think that's a very good starting point. Okay, so those are we need. These ones I'm just going to pop to the side just in case if we need it. These are all 6 mils. So now we got our pearls and we got sort of the bare bone of our design. So I'm gonna cut this 6 mil string, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop these in place. So they're gonna go just there, like that. And then either the 8 mil on the 10 mil is gonna come to the opposite side. So at the moment, I'm designing a necklace. We decide, I hope I'm not be, probably I decided we're doing a hugs and kisses sort of design. And then I'm just gonna play or add or plan it out on my mat. And I often do this with all sorts of different beads. And I'm just gonna keep an eye on the chat as well. So, oh, Jenny said orange, bless. I voted for pink for Lucy, visually saying, I'm quite busy now, but always get a seat. I like to get early morning trains as it's quite often, yeah, probably early mornings are. Like I do walk Lucy up to the station because she goes to school with the train. And sometimes there can be loads of people at the train station and sometimes there's not so many. So I just don't know. I would love to be having to go to work on the train, I think. You know what I'm thinking? I could spin loads of beads up on wire and I can do this beaded flowers and all sorts of different things, just sit there traveling. I would love it. Right, okay. Evening, Julie, nice to see you. I like pink too, Lucy. Janice is saying, you smiling us at Kissy. Oh, yeah. I see another kid in the making. You never know. Good evening, Mina. Right. Sip of my coffee. I actually got a coffee. I fancied one this afternoon and I never finished it, so I'm finishing it now. So we got our bare bone. Now we're gonna need seed beads in between these designs, and we need a crystal to put on here at the top, which is gonna be our X. I reckon because we're already working with rounds, instead of a round shape we could use a bicone, or we could use 4 bicones. Maybe that would look really good as well. For 1 larger bicone or 4 smaller bicones, we could have a little play with that one because I think they will look quite good. Good evening, Shirley. Hi everyone, is this live right now? Yes, surely it's live right now. It's 7, well, I started at 7 p.m. I was a little bit late because I freaked out, like something didn't work, the button wasn't there. Right, I'm gonna grab some bicones. I'm gonna grab some larger ones and some smaller ones as well, because I think both of them would be really good if we had 4 on the top of the unit, or if we just had 1 large one, or some, like, you know, you could have other shapes as well. We could have an oval, and then going after, you know, thinking about it, there's so many different options we could do. We could put little drops at the bottom and always make it more and more and more. So I'm gonna grab, I have changed all my bicones up. They are the 4 mils, and I'm gonna grab the 8 and 6 mil as well, and then see which one's gonna fit the best. I'm just gonna pop this behind me. So what sort of, I've got like a really nice bright thing. So if you just wanted to use 1, but I think that will be 8 mil might be too big, but we'll get going and then we can reassess it. Now this is a 6 mil, but then the 6 mil on its own might be too small. Right, let's start stitching this together. I'm gonna grab some size 11 seed beads. I would like to, I think, either something like a more mauvey color or something really dark so the bead stands out. That might be quite good. So let me see. How about this color? How about this color here? So I think the beads would really stand out on this one. Shall we go for this one? This is saying Shirley's like 4 small would look nice. Yeah, we have a look. We try both of them. That's pretty. Thank you. Sorry, I was latest having dinner butter chicken curry with naan rice. Oh, nice. I don't even know when was the last time I had curry. I think quite some time ago. So maybe. And I know I haven't had home cooked curry for even longer than that. Maybe this weekend. Right, what color thread I'm gonna use? That's gonna be a bit light. I want something dark. Maybe I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna treat myself to a new needle and we're gonna get started. So what we need to do, I'm not sure if this 8mm is gonna be big enough at the bottom, but we try. We can add a couple of extra seed beads actually. So we're gonna create a thread path between those beads just like that. So I want a bit of gap in between because the hole on this one, they're gonna sit that way. Actually, let me just get a couple of other needles and I'll show you what I mean. So the hole on the larger pearls are gonna sit just like that. And as you can see, there is quite a bit of distance in between the larger pearl and the smaller pearls. So we're going to have to fill that up with seed beads so we don't see the, and we want it sort of, we will have it curved so we don't see them that much. So I reckon 2 seed beads at the top, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I think perhaps we could have 3 seed beads at the bottom, but maybe 2 is enough. If we just do 2, no, 3, let's do 2 at the top and 3 at the bottom, and then that's going to give us a bigger curve. We can always pull it together a little bit at the end, but that's going to be sort of our first plan of action, is to create our base. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to thread my needle, and then we're going to get started. So I'm going to sew quite a few units together, or no, actually we could do the crisscrosses at the same time as well. So I'm going to pick up a large pearl, I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads, I'm going to pick up a small pearl, 2 seed beads, another large pearl, and then I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pick up a pearl, 1, 2, 3 seed beads. I'm going to take this down. I'm going to have to move this. If I move it up like that, I'm just moving my mat because I don't want to take the pattern away, but I do need the space. So I've taken it all the way down. I'm going to come through all of them one more time to give myself a nice little base unit. I'm going to wrap the end on my finger. So that's our first unit. I think we can, because we're going to go around and around, we can add the crisscross on straight away before we move on, because the holes in, especially in the larger pearls, are quite big, so we can go through them a lot, even if you have to run backwards and forwards again. So pulling that up nice and tight. So what shall we try, the large crystal or the smaller crystals? Shall we try the smaller ones first? So I went all the way around and I want to come out of the large pearl. So when we're going to do the crisscross, or when we're designing the crisscross on the top, again, what we have to take into account that I want to go, so this will be the top. I'm going to go from the top of the first pearl to the bottom of the second one, cross up, and then sort of come back on myself. So I need big enough, and where are the formulas? What color shall we use? I might use this one on the top. We need, if I'm using 4 smaller crystals, then we will need some seed beads in between as well. So I'm just going to pick up, let's say, 2 seed beads, a crystal, 1 seed bead, a crystal, and 2 seed beads. I'm not taking it there and then, it's just on my needle, and I'm just kind of going to measure it there because that's when I will want it to sit. I think it's not enough because once it goes in we need an extra seed bead, or we need something else in the middle which we're crossing over in. How about a 3mm pearl in the middle? Using all the sizes tonight. So in the middle, do I want to use this color or the other one? Let's use this one. So instead of that middle seed bead, I'm going to pick up a pearl and see how that pans out. So just take maybe 3 seed beads at the bottom actually as well. So 2 seed beads, crystal, pearl, crystal, and then let's do 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take this down, and then I'm going to go up in this large pearl. Oh bless, Roxy is dreaming. She's sleeping on the floor, and I think she's running in her sleep. So I'm going to pull this up. So I want this to sit on the top. Come on. There we go. So I'm back at the top. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads. I'm going to pick up a crystal. And I'm going to go down. I'm going to have to hold on to this. Just wrap it there. I'm going to go down in that pearl. In that middle pearl. Come on, where is your hole? There it is. Then, because I'm going towards the bottom, just make sure I pull it nice and tight. I think after when you're in your second or third unit, it will be easier because you got something to hold on to. So, I see what's happening. And I'm gonna pick up 3. I'm gonna go back up in this pearl, and I'm gonna show you what's happening. The crystals are kinda sitting on top of each other. So what we need is the seed bead in between. Oh, I forgot to pick up the crystal. Silly me. I have to take it off anyway. So can you see, because the crystals go into that single sort of pearl, maybe we just need a seed bead here and a seed bead underneath it to cover up those thread paths, because otherwise we're going to have a bit of a gap there, and I don't think that's gonna, if we add 2 seed beads, but then maybe if we just add a single seed bead, let me just pick up a single bead and hold it there. So if we just add a single seed bead just there, I think that will just hold it together. But we could take the crystals maybe 1 seed bead down as well, so they are further to the back, so they sit sort of here and there. Maybe that would look good as well. So shall I, well, I missed the crystal anyway, so I'm gonna take it back and then design a different top. Well, actually we could have kept going and then just see, but I missed the crystal, so I have to take it back there anyway. But I do think I'm going to take it back and add 1 seed bead in, because that's definitely not going to work. Good evening, Linda. Janice is saying loving the colors. I love the colors as well. I love deep pinks. So I'm back to 2 seed beads and a crystal. So then it's going to be the pattern. We're going to try is 2 seed bead, a crystal, a single seed bead, then the pearl, and then we reverse it, and I think that will give us the extra. So the single seed bead, crystal, and 3 seed beads at the bottom. There we go. And now I'm gonna cross over. Maybe 2 seed beads will be enough. We see when I pull it up at the bottom. Come on, don't hook on it. just take those out of the picture. Right, that sits better. And that sits further up, sort of away from the pearl as well. So I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads, a crystal, and then, do we want it like that, or do I want a seed bead on it as well? I'm going to pick up a seed bead. And I'm going to go down in the pearl, the 3mm pearl, just like that. And then I'm picking up a seed bead, a crystal, and 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna cross up in this pearl. Right, pull this up nice and tight. And then we have got our little unit. I still don't like how the crystals are sitting. They're kind of sitting a bit too... maybe they just need a tight attention. So I'm going to add another unit on it, and then we will see what happens. So I'm going to take my thread through the 2 seeds, 6mm pearl, and 2 seeds, and I'm going to add the base of the next unit. So because I got 1 pearl there already, 1 large pearl, and I'm facing towards the bottom with my thread, I'm going to pick up 3 seeds, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pick up an 8mm pearl, then 1, 2, 3 seeds. I'm going to pick up a large pearl, then 2 seeds, 1, 2, and this pearl, 6mm pearl, and another 2 seed bead, 1, 2, and I'm going to come down on that large pearl. So I'm adding the base of the next unit there. Now I think I'm going to run around this unit before I add the top, just because I want a nice sort of tight finish. And with the larger pearls, they can pull the thread back sometimes, and you don't even realize it, but your beadwork become loose. So I'm getting back, I'm going all the way around the unit, and then down in the large pearl. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Now the 12mm, 8mm, and 6mm, Lucy. So now we're going to pick up this unit again, which is the cross, but this time we start at the bottom. So we're starting 3 seed beads, then crystal, then seed, then a 3mm pearl, then a seed, then a crystal, then 2 seeds, 1, 2. I'm going to take this all the way down. I'm coming out of the bottom, so I'm going to come from top to bottom on the next one. There we go. And again, I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads. I'm going to pick up a crystal and a single seed bead. I'm going to go up in a 3mm pearl. Pulling it tight, so single seed bead, crystal, and 1, 2 seed beads at the top. Coming down on this pearl. I wonder if you can find a better thread path so you can go straight towards the next unit. I think that's something to kind of work on. And then I'm going to come along, just follow my beads around. I think I got a rogue thread here, or have I gone through? Have I gone through you? Yeah, never mind. I went through a seed bead as well when I was picking up the crisscross for the top. So again, base unit. So 2 seed beads, 6mm pearl because I'm at the top, 2 seed beads, then a large pearl, then 3 seed beads, 1, 2, 3, 8mm pearl, another 3 seed beads, 1, 2, 2, 3, coming back up in the large pearl. I'm gonna run around this unit to tighten this one up as well before I add the crisscross on the top, just because you're working slightly heavier beads. So 12 mil pearl, 8 mil pearl, 6 mil pearl, 3mm pearl and 4mm crystal we are using. Just going round. I think now, because I've got something to hold on to, I do have got sort of a better grip on it, and my tension is tightening up. What do we think so far? Po271 saying, lost you for a second on my end. I don't know what happened. I'm hoping it's not my internet. So yes, all of you still here. So 2 seed beads at the top, then a crystal, then a single seed bead, then a pearl. Let me get a few more crystals out. Then a seed bead, crystal, and 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna go up in this large pearl. Pull this up nice and tight. I'm picking up 2 seeds, 1, 2, then a crystal, then a single seed, coming down through the pearl, and let me just hold it. If I hold it from this side, I can hold on to the end, and I can push that pearl up a little bit so I can reveal itself. The hole can reveal itself. Pulling this up. And then it's a seed, then a crystal, then 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. I really like this. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. I think it looks so pretty, and it will curve. It's already curving. We're going to add a couple more units and see how it grows. But we can try out all sorts of different patterns for it. I love this darker seed bead as well, and I love that we can do like add the crosses at the same time as we add the units, because usually when you do hugs and kisses, you do like the bottom and then you come back and add the top. But in this case, we are adding like them at the same time. I really do love it. Right, let's keep going. It's so quick when you're using the bigger pearls. Absolutely, it does grow quick. But although I think we're still adding bits on the top, so we're still kind of like taking our time. Most of the time you're trying to find the hole on the bead. So we are at the bottom, and a few more seed beads as well. So I'm picking up 3 seeds, 1, 2, 3, a larger pearl, 3 seed beads, 1, 2, 3, the largest pearl, so that was the 8 mil, now it's 12 mil, then 2 seed beads, 6 mil, another 2 seed beads, and then coming back, going through the seeds, I wonder if we could where we could add the super jewels in the pattern, if you wanted to add super jewels in the pattern, but we were talking about earlier. I reckon, ooh, if we could do something, we could do something like if we added a super jewel in somewhere here, facing sort of upwards, or a couple of super jewels, then we could come and add another sort of link to the top. I think that would look really good as well. There we go. So I'm at the bottom, so starting 3 seed beads, crystal, single seed bead, pearl. I need a few more little pearls. They're rolling away. Little pearl, then a seed, then a crystal, and 2 seed beads at the top. I'm gonna go in and pick up 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, a crystal and a single seed bead. And I'm gonna go up in the 3mm pearl, pull this up nice and tight, make sure the thread is not wrapped around, picking up single seed bead, crystal, and then 2 seed beads. 1, 2, and then I'm gonna come down in this large pearl all the way to the bottom and pull this up. Run along to the next unit. Stack of super jewels or mini jewels between the 6mm pearls. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So if I added a super jewel here, let's say either there or at the bottom, we could add it at the bottom as well, next to the large pearl, and then we would have to add it on both sides, I think, because then with the super jewels we would have another hole to hook into, and even if you're just coming and adding seed beads, but then what would stop it flipping out? We would have to anchor it somewhere else as well. Have a little think. Right, this is kind of curving. I don't know if it's going to be curving enough for a necklace. For a front piece, definitely. But I think maybe we need to go up one more size in the pearl at the bottom to kind of open it up. So I'm gonna add, or I'll leave it, I'll leave this like this, because there is 5 units on there already, 5 pearls. And what I do, I'm gonna take another thread and I'm gonna try exactly the same, but at the bottom, instead of the 8mm pearl, I'm gonna add one larger one. So I'm gonna add a 10mm pearl here, and I would just wanna see visually what will be the difference there. Both sides then both sides add a pink bicon to keep it from flipping out. Yeah, could do. Just threading the needle. So in this one, I'm gonna do exactly the same as in the previous one, but instead of the 8mm, we're gonna use the 10mm. So large pearl, 2 seed beads, 6mm is rolling away, another 2, and then another large pearl, then 3. I'm gonna pop this to the side. Then 3 seed beads, a 10mm, another 3 seed beads, and then I'm going back through the large pearl. So just made the bottom one size bigger. I think mine need 4 seed beads actually, because they're sitting quite close. So you might need 4. Instead of the 3. I tried with the 3, but I think this one is kind of like sitting down a bit, and I think that's, yeah, I'm gonna go for 4. Because sometimes when I say, oh yeah, maybe we should go for 4, and I'm like, oh, I'm not too sure, let's just do it with the 3, and 9 times out of the 10 I end up correcting it afterwards, because I think, you know, like that gut feeling you have sometimes, they say, you need to follow your guts. Like sometimes, like I get a feeling like, oh, I should add one more seed bead. I'm like, no, you don't need the extra seed bead. And then like I go along, I was like, yeah, I really do need the extra seed bead, so I should have listened to it right at the beginning. Right, coming through this pearl. Yeah, that's better, because that gives a little bit of a gap. What is the size of the big pearls? They are 12 mil. They 10 mil and they 12 mil. So I'm gonna move all the way around. So don't forget, we added 4 seed beads at the bottom, but the crisscross we're gonna be doing between the large pearls. So it will be interesting. I think we're only gonna need three seed beads as per the previous one, because the distance between them hasn't changed. It's only the size of the pearl changed. Right, coming through the pearl as well. So I'm all the way around one more time. So I'm gonna pick up, I'm gonna do 3 seed beads and then see what do we need 4, because now we got a larger gap. So if I turn this around, this, like, put it next door to it, this is just a tiny bit bigger, so those ends are further away as well, so we have to get from here all the way here. So how about if we do 3 crystal seed pearl? Yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna do 3 seeds at the top. I'm gonna do a crystal. I'm gonna do a seed. I'm gonna do a pearl, then a seed, then a crystal, and then 3 seed beads. So kind of equal. Then going up in the pearl opposite. Let me just hold on to it so I can hold a tight tension. Going up in this pearl, and then I'm gonna go ahead. Oh no, I'm getting a knot. Don't want a knot. There we go. There we go. So now I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pick up a crystal and a seed. And I'm going to go through that pearl. I'm going to go down in that 3 mil pearl. So instead of picking up 2 and 4, here we pick up 3 and 3. Pull this nice and tight. Then it's seed, crystal, and 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna go up in this pearl again. There we go. And pull it up nice and tight. Right, I'm gonna add a couple more units. That's sort of we can see. We can see how it shapes together, but I like that as well. I do like that larger pearl in it. Oh, her little legs going again. She must be dreaming something. Maybe she's dreaming she's running on the beach or in a field. I don't know. Wouldn't it be nice if we could know what our dogs dream? 3 might fly the natural curving. We'll see. But saying 4, that's very effective. Right, okay, so I'm picking up 4 seeds. 1, 2, 3, 4. A 10 mil pearl. Another 4 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna pick up this big one. Then I'm picking up 2 seed beads. A 6 mil. And another 2 seed beads. And then gonna come down in that pearl. I'm gonna run around the unit again like we did before. Just sort of I get a tighter finish right at the start. I mean, we don't necessarily have to do it, but I think for a necklace, if you're making it as a necklace, you want it more, like if it's looser, it might, like, I always like, I don't know, some patterns is better when the tension is tighter, and some patterns definitely better when the tension is looser. And there we go, pulling that up, and then I'm gonna add my cross. So now, because we're doing 3 crystal, seed, pearl, it doesn't really matter from this point, like where and what I'm picking up. Oh, I missed the seed. And then the pearl, then seed, then crystal, and then 3 seeds. 1, 2, 3. And then coming down on the next pearl, pulling it up nice and tight, picking up 3 seeds. 1, 2, 3 crystal, then a seed, going up in the pearl, picking up a crystal, no, picking up a seed, then a crystal, and then 3 seeds. I was like, what did I miss? And coming down in this. And then I'm gonna follow my thread path along the next unit. There we go. The units are bigger as well because of the bottom part being bigger. So this is gonna fan out more, like sort of it's gonna give us a more of a curve than the one before. Where is the hole on this pearl? And there we go. Sometimes you just have to wiggle the beads aside. So I'm at the top, so I'm gonna pick up 2 seeds and the crystal. Cameras keep moving on, let's move it up here. Then a 6 mil, then 2 seeds, then the very large pearl, then 4 seeds, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the 10 mil pearl, and another 4 seeds. I'm really pleased with this. I think it looks really pretty. And we could do like, or you could do as many as you want in terms of number of units for the front. So you could really do as much beading or as little as you want. I'm gonna add the top without sort of going and reinforcing it, just sort of we can see how does it look like. So I'm gonna start with 3 seed beads, crystal, seed, pearl, seed, crystal, and 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go up in this pearl. I'm gonna pick up 3 seeds. What happened here? We got caught. So yeah, it's already, because I am sort of pulling against it, it's coming a bit looser, so definitely worth to add the extra round of thread. 3 seeds, crystal seed, and then coming down in that pearl, picking up a seed, crystal, and then 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, and then going up to this pearl again. There we go. And then I'm going to follow my thread path to the next unit. And there we go. Definitely, can you see like how much this is like a bit looser, and I can feel this is right tension, so it's worth to. Actually, I can run around it now before I go to the next one, just sort of tighten it up, because it's just flipping on the side there, the pearl which at the bottom. No, I don't want to go that direction, so I'm gonna go around it again. I think with larger pearls sometimes you have to be careful because they're just a little bit heavier, so they will pull on the thread quite a bit. Right, so let's have a look. That is much more of a curve than this one. I don't know, what do we prefer? I'm gonna put them side by side. Can you let me know in the chat, do we prefer the top or do we prefer the bottom version? Do we prefer the 8mm or do we prefer the 10mm beads in there? Now looking at both versions, I think I prefer the 8mm. I think the 10mm looks nice as well, but maybe the 10mm with 3 seed beads going back, but then it's gonna compact the unit back down. So perhaps there's another cup on the bottom. Pause 27. The one is saying, I'm just gonna say pause. We haven't got another pause in here. You could add chain on the sides too. Yeah, absolutely. Linda is saying 8mm, the top one. It's a close call. Janice is saying, oh, bless you. I do love them all. Love them both. I can't choose. Well, they're both pink, Lucy. So I guess that that's why you can't choose. Janice is saying the top. I think the 8mm looks nicer, Tracy's saying. Yes, I think the 8mm is sort of a closer sort of weave. And this one is a little bit gappy at the bottom. But I think if we tried that, instead of adding 4 seed beads at the bottom but going back to 3, that might just tighten it up that tiny little bit more, and then the pearls would sit more underneath it like that if you went back to 3 seed beads. And maybe that's what I need to do. That's why we need to try out. I will have a little play with this week, because I think it is definitely worth. I love hugs and kisses. Definitely worth to do a necklace with it, and we haven't I don't know if have we done hugs and kisses necklace? Do let me know, because we've done so many different things. I don't know what we've done and what we haven't done so far. So I'm going to have a little play with this during this week. I'm not going to start another one because I'm just mindful of the time, and I do need to take the Roxy out for a walk. Now we have got this beautiful sort of evenings with a bit of a light. Gone past 9 o'clock is still light. We usually go out in the evening. It's really, really nice. Lucy's saying, nope, we done bracelet but no necklace. Okay, cool. Then I'll work on that. I think this would be really good. Maybe instead of the pearl here, we could have something else as well, so that we got so many different options what we could do. Since you are allowing for the curve, maybe use only one crystal on the top. That's interesting. Yeah, I think that can be taken into consideration, absolutely. And actually we could use something like a gem duo or a 2-hole bead as well on there. And that would might look really good. I have a little play. I have a little play this week. Thank you, Kitty, and see you on Tuesday for a bauble Zoom. Oh yeah, Tuesday bauble. Where is the bauble? I had the bauble somewhere. What did I do with the bauble? I don't know. Let me go and grab the bauble. I want to show you the bauble. I really do love this one. I don't think I showed it off on live. Where's the... Oh yeah. See, I tidied up the other day and moved things about. And when you move things about, you can never find it. So, I'll show you the turquoise one. I'll put you on this one. I think there's one at work as well. I made like a salmon pink one, and that's at work. So this one, on this bauble, we are going to be using super duos. So this is going to be a Zoom class, and I'm going to change the camera for you. It's going to be a Zoom class next week. You have a couple of options to either Let me just straighten out this fringe. You either, there we go. Has everyone clicked the like button, please? Thank you, Aurus. Thank you so much. I always forget to say it. Every single like, every single share, it really helps the channel out. That's the bauble we're doing next Tuesday. So there are super jewels in there. I really love this one. Something just about it looks so uniform, and I don't know. I love a netted one. I love a netted bauble. So that will be on Tuesday. Check it out on Totally Bead's website. Right, okay. Looking forward to the reveal of this new one. So that's the Zoom class we're doing on Tuesday. I've clicked the like. Oh, thank you, Janice. Thank you so much for turning up and spending your Wednesday evenings with me. I almost said Sunday, but it's Wednesday. You know, I never know what day of the week is. Wednesday evenings with me. I'll be back next week on... Oh, it's bank holiday on Monday, isn't it? So I'll be back on Wednesday next week on Totally. Back in the Bead Club on Wednesday, and back here Wednesday night. Tuesday is the bauble workshop. Oh, there is so many things happening. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Everybody have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you very